Hey guys, welcome back. This is Ryan Erlacher with LawAbidingBiker.com. Appreciate you checking back in. This is another free tutorial video on how to put a high flow K&N high flow air intake on a Harley Davidson motorcycle. Okay, we're going to use a 2013 Street Glide today. Doesn't matter. All the throttle bodies are pretty much the same on a Harley Davidson, so it can apply to any Harley model. That's just what we're going to use today. It's about 32 degrees, right at freezing here in eastern Washington State today, but doesn't matter. There's no snow on the road, so I'm going to saddle up, and I'm going to ride over. We're going to do this, put this high flow air intake on Chewy's bike. So yeah, let's mount up and let's head to Chewy's. Alright, here, getting all out of the box here. This is the K&N. The center one's the one we're going to put on here that Chewy bought. And model number is 63122P. High flow intake, right, Chewy?
That's right.
Alright, he's got it all out here. Cool. K&N filter there to go in it. Okay, here's all the parts laid out, guys. And of course, filter. K&N, this is a washable filter, so it doesn't require putting any oil on it like we used to do. Washable filter. This does require some Loctite, and cool thing is, if you buy this kit right there, it comes with the Loctite. Is that right, Chewy?
That's right. Yep.
Alright, so these are all the parts, and this hose here, the first thing we're going to do is we got to cut this hose down. It comes with a hose, and you cut this down to what?
1.5 inches.
1.5 inches, and we're putting this on your 2013 Harley Davidson Street Glide. So that's the first thing you did, is just cut this piece down, get that out of the way, and then it'll use that right there. Cut it down to what?
1.5 inches.
1.5 inches, alright. You're used to that 1.5 inches?
Used to 1.5 inches.
Alright, cool. This is Chewy's 2013 Harley Davidson Street Glide, which is what we are going to be putting this on. Putting this K&N high flow intake system on. Okay, he's got a 316 hex or Allen, whichever you want to call it. Just going to remove the cover to his stock air intake cover. Alright, it's got that off. Now we got to get the actual stock filter out. Paper mesh filter, and just 3 Torx. Alright, Chewy's just getting in there. T27 Torx drive. And he'll just back all these out. Pretty simple. Alright, he's just got these almost loose, and he'll just back his filter off there. And you can see here on your stock, you've got 2 breather hoses right there, crank breather hoses, that's what those are. And we got to get this filter back plate off now. Chewy's just popping the crank breather hoses off stock. They just pull right off, no biggie. Alright, now we got the crank breather hoses off there. Now he's just going to go ahead and remove the 2 breather slash air filter base mounting bolts, which we're looking at right there. So Chewy's backing those out with a 7/16 inch socket and just a ratchet with a little extension. No biggie, they back right out. They shouldn't be real tight. Alright, he's backing these out, and there's the back plate, stock back plate. There's your air intake. Naked air intake right there. Alright, so Chewy's holding the next part is the K&N, obviously the kit we're going to put on, because we've got a naked air intake now, and we're going to go ahead and install the supplied crankcase breather tube using the provided breather bolts and washers. So it comes with new breather bolts and washers. That's what Chewy's showing you. Washer goes on one side, right? Yep. So washer butts right up against there, and then your bolt and a washer. Those bolts have a washer on them too, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so a washer on each side, on the back and on the front, and it goes up just like that. So Chewy's just snugging these down with his fingers, and then we'll get a wrench and crank them down a little bit more. That's how it should look. And it is a cold winter day out, but I rode the old Street Glide over to Chewy's house here. LD Law Dog rode his over too to get into the festivities, but it's a cold winter day, freezing out. It's a little sketchy coming across the overpasses today. So we're just cranking these down with a 3/4 inch wrench, or you can use a socket, whatever you want. And just don't crank these down too much. It doesn't have torque specifications, but I would say tight and then a 1/4 past tight. And then what does it say, Chewy? Check them.
Yeah, check them.
Like a month later or
Yeah,
something.
a month later after you've driven a little bit.
Yep, make sure they're don't back out. All right, next thing is this tube that we trimmed at the very beginning. They send up, you trim it to inch and
Inch and a half,
and he's just gonna slide it right on there. That'll be your breather tube. That's your crank breather tube,
and it should slide all
which
the
is
way
what
on.
this whole system here is for. Crank breather. Alright guys, real quick and we'll get right back into the tutorial video. Just want to tell you guys how much I appreciate all the support that you've shown lawabidingbiker.com. We've got the podcast, we've got the videos, the free YouTube videos, we've got blogs and vlogs. Make sure you check out lawabidingbiker.com. We also have, by far, we run on donations, and the support has been awesome. If you want to donate so we can keep this content coming at you, please donate at lawabidingbiker.com/donate, or just go to the homepage of the website. Again, thank you. The law-abiding biker community is just absolutely phenomenal. I cannot believe how involved people are. Again, thank you so much. And we do also have some videos for sale, tutorial videos. If you want to get something, it's also supporting us. So by buying those tutorial videos, you're not only supporting our cause, but you're also getting something in return. lawabidingbiker.com/buy videos, and you can check out which videos we have for sale. But of course, we have a ton of content free on YouTube, and this is just another example of that. So thanks again. Check out the podcast, check out all our stuff, and yeah, let's get back to the tutorial video and get the rest of this high flow intake put on. Thanks a million. All right, we're gonna put the little Loctite on these bolts right here. Just a dab will do you. And again, the kit comes with it. Little blue Loctite Chewy's putting on there. Okay, and we're actually gonna put the K&N intake tube onto the throttle body there, and that's why he's putting some Loctite on the bolts, and they're gonna go right in there. All right, so Chewy's got the intake tube, and of course you just kind of put Loctite on each of the bolts. There's 3 of them. And then he's putting the gasket, getting the gasket seated on there. And then he'll flush it up here with the throttle body, and we'll crank it down. So we've got the intake tube, and we obviously Chewy has put the bolts in, kind of started them. He's got Loctite on them. Right, gasket's on now. Chewy's just lining up the each of the bolts there. He's going to start getting them all finger tight. Make sure you don't cross thread them. All right, so we got all those bolts started. Obviously the crank breather hose is on there. That rubber hose in the back. And don't crank these down too much, about tight, another 1/4 half turn, you're fine. And there's the crank breather tube right there.
And then double check them again after you've ridden a month.
Yeah, and then double check these again too after you've ridden them. Just like if you're putting exhaust or anything on, these things can back out or get loose, but the Loctite should hold them good. Alright, now Chewy's got the actual filter, and again, these are dry filters. Oil doesn't go on them. They're just wash and reuse. So you just wash them. You can use some K&N spray to clean them, but he's just going to put it on. Then it's just got a hose clamp on it. And I'd back it. Yep, he's backing it right up to where that hose is right there. There you go, and he'll just crank that hose clamp down. Again, don't muscle this thing. You'll strip those hose clamps out. Just get it good and snug. And you can hide that bolt wherever you want. We're going to go underneath. And then we're going to take it and hide it. We're going to spin it around right there. And then he'll go up underneath with a screwdriver now, and nobody will see that. And of course on the front, make sure you're not upside down with the filter. Make sure your K&N is right side up. And there is a fully installed K&N breather installed on his 2013 Street Glide. Again guys, on this you're going to have a, you're either going to have to take your Harley dealer, and anytime you put a new intake or new pipes, you're going to have a electronic download into your control module, because you've changed the flow of air either with exhaust or a new intake. Chewy already did, he did the Power Commander 5. You can either do the Power Commander 5 or get a $200 download from your Harley dealer. We do have a video on Power Commander 5, lawabidingbiker.com/Power Commander and the number 5, and we show you how to install a power commander. 5. So there you go. Rock and roll. Alright, and of course the official test is the fire it up. There you go. Yeah, LD's gonna get on there, get on back.
No.
Right. Drive it a couple times.
Oh yeah.
Easy. Okay, that wasn't so easy.
No.
Peace out.
Ow.